So, new week, new team. This team is actually the one I used in the International Challenge, not the mobile one, the actual online one. So, I would have put this up last week, but then I won a mid-season showdown, so I put on the other team. So, there we go. We're actually pretty close to the 1800s, so that's not too bad. But, probably see a couple of very interesting choices there, as is normal with my teams, but there's always some sort of logic there, and hopefully we'll get to see it with those choices. But I've got a couple of interesting combinations as well. I'm going to find someone from Japan, Japanese guy, as per normal. So, let's see, is he weak to Trick Room? He's fairly weak to Trick Room, so this could be good. He's got his own Porygon 2 to reverse it, but I don't know, should be able to go with that. Would there be any reason to do the other lead? Because there's two very specific leads for this team. It's this one. I'm not sure if I want to go with the other one. I think I do want CRABOMINABLE. Definitely want CRABOMINABLE. And then the question is here, because if I'm going with these two, I probably want Torkoal and CRABOMINABLE. But that relies on me winning in 5 turns, basically. And if I don't think I can do that, then I go with Mimikyu. And Torkoal is reasonable. But, I don't know, I don't think I need Metagross here. Is it better to go with Mimikyu? I think it's safer to go with Mimikyu. But who needs safe? Let's go with Torkoal. Yeah, I really should go with Mimikyu, but I don't know. If I'm not bringing the Metagross, then I don't really need the Mimikyu, I don't think. If today is be literally there just to reverse Trick Room. I guess it's good against the Garchomp and the Tapu Lele, but the Torkoal is one of the main hitters of the team. Especially since you probably saw its item, which not many people go with. It works for this team though, it works a lot better than Charcoal does for this team. Because the point of this team is literally just win within 5 turns, or you probably lose. But yeah, the point is to try and do as much damage as possible in one go, so I need the choice specs on Torkoal. But there we go. Let's see, is he going to leave with his Kartana and I can potentially go for one of my secret techs? This is one of the reasons that I've got a certain move on one of the Pokemon. No, it's not going to be, so I'm guaranteed Trick Room here. Because Talonflame doesn't get Skydrop or anything. So, this is pretty good, He will be able to keep his Gale Wings if he goes for a Supersonic Sky Strike, but other than that, I should be fine to just go for Rage Powder and Trick Room. He can go for Dazzling Gleam if he's got that with Lele. He could go, but does Talonflame get Heat Wave? I think that was only move treat thing, so I probably can't. But yeah, ideally this is a Brave Bird rather than a Supersonic Sky Strike because he'll break his own Gale Wings. But no, it's just gonna be Flare Blitz. That's equally as good because that's breaking his Gale Wings as well. And I do have the Focus Sash on Paras, so no need for an EVO Lights. I just need the Focus Sash. And oh, I'm even gonna get effects where I'm poison him. That's not bad. So that's one of the bonuses of not having damp on my, dry skin on my Paras. Because I've got my Torkoal, I don't want to be breaking my own Focus Sash. But this is actually ideal now because I can just go into Torkoal and fire off a full power Choice Specs Eruption. That's going to be Life Orb as well, so that's put it in range of the Eruption guaranteed as well, which is really nice. Because Tapu Lele can survive the Eruption if they've got a reasonable bulk, but because he's Life Orb, then he won't have enough. So this is really good, and I don't even need to waste my Z move straight away with the Porygon, so that's actually ideal. This is exactly how this team is supposed to work. Because a lot of teams don't have an answer. They have an answer for Trick Room, but they don't have an answer for Follow Me / Rage Powder plus Trick Room. Because now, he could do nothing. He's broken his own Gale Wings as well, so now I literally just get a Choice Specs Eruption. It will knock both of them out, and Ice Beam onto the Talonflame will be insurance against any kind of Garchomp switching. So this is absolutely ideal. I think I've already just won this match, so yep. He's just going to let both of his Pokemon go down, which is really nice. So Lele and Talonflame should both drop here. Ice Beam was unnecessary, but it did cover the Garchomp switch. And now the game's pretty much over. If he's got his Porygon 2, I'll just Erupt and Breakneck Blitz that. So that would be really nice. So Torkoal was the choice. Not Mimikyu, it was Torkoal. So this is nice, this is nice. It's going to be Xurkitree, that should drop to a Specs Eruption. And is it going to be Garchomp? It's going to be Garchomp, so I can just Ice Beam and Eruption very safely. Although, to be fair, I don't know my Choice Specs Eruption calcs on Circuitry, but maybe it's safer because I've got Crabominable in the back. Garchomp can't beat that one-on-one unless I miss all my Ice Hammers. But no, I should still be safe to Ice Beam and Erupt. And I'm curious of the calc anyway. Like, again, I do a lot of these moves now, just gonna forfeit. I wanted to learn the calc. Yeah, a lot of the moves I do, even if they're potentially just suboptimal, I do it to learn calcs for the future, so that I don't have to know if they're not optimal or not for the future. So that's a shame we didn't get to learn if Specs Eruption knocks out Circuitry, but that was nice. That was nice. That was over in 3 turns, rather than just the 5 that's supposed to be with this team, but that's nice. Shows what happens if you've got no answer to Trick Room. Well, his answer to Trick Room was his own Porygon too, so I don't know why he didn't go with that, but that was nice. One more I think, and we're into the 1800s. So let's hope this next guy doesn't have an answer for Trick Room, because this team is very counterable. If you've just got the answer, you're probably going to win, but if they don't have the answer, then you're probably going to win, and I said you're in reference to them and then me in both times, so you should be able to work out which person I'm talking about, but yeah, there we go. One more in 1800s. Haven't been 1800s on Battle Spot before. I've been 1800s on Showdown, but not on Battle Spot, so this will be nice if I can actually get this win. Or are we going to have one of those curses where it's always win one, lose one? Don't know. But ideally this is going to be a guy in the 2000s, so we get as many points as possible. Not a guy, if we get a guy in the 1500s, I don't think that will give enough points for the 1800s, unfortunately, but we'll see, we'll see. It seems everyone's scared off by the Paras, as you should be. But you probably saw one of its moves, and if you follow me on Twitter, you definitely know what this Paras does, because I put up a nice video, because if I don't put it off in this match, then go and check out my Twitter. It'll be a little while down, because it was like whenever the International Challenge was, what, 2 or 3 weeks ago? I can't remember, but there's a Japanese guy. Yeah, so hopefully we get to do it with this Paras. We're not going to be able to pull off the Paras this time, but he does have a somewhat answer for Trick Room with his Snorlax, so we're going to have to be careful about that. But that is one of the main reasons I have Paras, but he's also got a Tapu Koko. So if you're wondering why I have Paras over Parasect, it's because it underspeeds Snorlax and Parasect speed ties with Snorlax. And because I've got the Focus Sash, the bulk makes absolutely no difference. And the power from the certain move on the Paras gets the KOs, whereas Parasect would do as well, and only the Assault Vest ones would survive. But there we go. That's probably all the information you need to work out what the move on the Paras is, considering you saw it as well. So, I think I will go with my alternate lead with this one. Because he's got his Koko, I am less inclined to go with the Paras. I do want Crabominable for his Snorlax, and I'm going to go with Porygon. Do I want to go with Porygon? I think I want to go with Porygon. Leave Torkoal out of this one, because he's got Garchomp, Gyarados, and Nihilego, and Arcanine that can all resist the fire, so that's not worth it. It will underspeed the Snorlax in the Trick Room, but a Specs Eruption is not enough to knock out the Snorlax. It will definitely activate its berry, so I don't know, can it survive too? I should know that, because I'm pretty sure I've erupted on the Snorlax before. So, I don't know, we'll see. Ideally this isn't Garchomp or Arcanine. Actually, it doesn't really make a difference, because I'll just protect. Because I'm not a Banded Metagross. I've got the inspiration from Baz's Banded Metagross with his Oranguru for this, but I'm not Banded. I'm not Banded. Something a little bit more efficient with this Mimikyu, I feel, but we'll see, we'll see. Tapu Koko and Arcanine. That's not bad. That's not bad. There's a little bit of an issue here. I do have the Mental Herb, so he can't taunt me. He could Roar me. Now, I live a Flare Blitz with Metagross. I don't live an Inferno Overdrive. I don't live a Dazzling Green plus a Flare Blitz with Metagross. So do I protect and Trick Room? That's stoppable with a Dazzling Gleam plus Inferno Overdrive into Mimikyu / a Roar into Mimikyu. Do I just explode straight away? What did I have in the back? I had Crabominable and... Okay, okay. I'm definitely Trick Rooming. I feel like I want to explode straight away. Risk the Inferno Overdrive. But if it is an Inferno Overdrive, I get my Trick Room. So just Volt Switch, that's going to break the sash. So actually I should be exploding onto a Snorlax here. Which does imply that he's probably going for Inferno Overdrive onto my Metagross, and if he is, that's unfortunate. Because then protecting would have been way more ideal. It is going to be Snorlax, that's fine. That's fine. It's just Flare Blitz into Metagross. Into Metagross. That's Metagross and I live that. And now I get a double KO because I've got Weakness Policy. That's perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. The Snorlax is now gone as well. Ah, very nice. Very fortunate that that wasn't in Inferno Overdrive, but that's exactly what I wanted to happen. I didn't predict the Volt Switch into the Snorlax, but Flare Blitz rather than Inferno Overdrive is exactly what I want because that is a double knockout on his Arcanine and his only Trick Room counter. And because Mimikyu is a ghost, it's not affected by Explosion. So it's the same theory with Yaranguru with Telepathy, but Mimikyu is a ghost and can activate Metagross's own Weakness Policy by Shadow Sneaking it. So if I feel that they're going to be able to stop, like, knock out the Mimikyu turn 1, I'll just sneak myself and explode. Then we trade 2 for 2. And what should I go with? What did he have? I should go with... Let's go with Crabominable, just show it off. Because if he's got his Garchomp, Ice Hammer will KO. I should have gone for Ice Beam with the Porygon, because that's 100% accurate. But he's going to be Gyarados. That's not going to intimidate my Crabominable. And what's it going to be? Garchomp as well? I would assume Garchomp. No, oh yeah, no, we've already seen Tapu Koko, what am I thinking? But yeah, this Crabominable has Hyper Cutter rather than Iron Fist purely because of Intimidates. Because now I should be able to show off a Calc. So maybe I should go into Gyarados instead, because I can Breakneck Blitz the Koko whenever I want. But then again, he doesn't threaten a knockout on Crabominable unless he's Supersonic Sky Strike. Maybe he double protects here. If he, let's say I attack into the Koko, and he Supersonic Sky Strikes my Crabominable. I still should be fine. So I'm going to Shadow Claw into the Koko, and I'm going to Ice Hammer into the Koko. I am risking the Ice Hammer, it's 90% accurate. No protects, it does hit, and this should one-shot the Koko. 80% of the time. It's 80% of the time. So, didn't get to show off the full power of Crabominable. That's why I doubled into it, because I know that it's 80% of the time on Kokos. If they got no bulk, and they could easily have any bulk, but yeah. No Supersonic Sky Strike, it looks like this game's pretty much over, because that Waterfall is definitely not doing enough, and hopefully we'll get to show off this Ice Hammer OHKOing this Gyarados instead. So, Shadow Claw again, and Ice Hammer into the Gyarados. Ice Hammer is 90% accurate, and that is horrible. Like, there's too many 90% accurate moves on this team. But if you hit your moves, this team can just sweep through so easily. This Crabominable is so strong. No one's using Crabominable, maybe for a good reason, but it's so strong. Like, Ice Hammer OHKOs Koko 8% of the time. Close combat OHKOs a lot of Arcanines. Not the super bulky ones, but the no bulk ones. Because you've got Hyper Cutter, they can't intimidate you. Close combat is a one-shot on them with the Life Orb. So, I don't know why more people aren't using Crabominable with their Trick Room teams, especially on something like Gavin Michaels' team. Because it's so strong. Watch this. It's going to one-shot this Gyarados. It is going to hit, and Gyarados is now gone. There we go. Super strong. So, got to show off both modes of the team in the first video, which is really nice, and I got to show off Crabominable strength. The only thing I didn't get to really show off was Paras OHKOing something, but I'm sure we'll save that for another video. If you really can't wait, go and check out my Twitter, but that was awesome. And I think we should be in the 1800s. I am just gonna check, because like this will be the first time I'm in the 1800s, and I'm almost certain I will be, but that's good. That is exactly how the team's supposed to go, because he lost his Trick Room counter immediately, thanks to the explosion, and thanks to me surviving the Flare Blitz, because I have EV for that. But yeah, if that would have been an Inferno Overdrive, the match would have been a lot more different, and I'd have had to play around the Snorlax a little bit differently, but we'll see. We'll just see if this is the 1800s. Should be the 1800s. 1800s, nice. So, First time in the 1800s, let's climb even higher with this awesome team. Thanks for watching.